Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory to the mighty Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Raka Kadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles that rule well. Peace and salutations to the brothers pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom to the Akwats out there, reverencing their husbands, and the ones seeking the Lord's face diligently, proving themselves chaste till they find their righteous man, right? Hey, brothers, we gotta stay doing well, Stay pushing the word and loving our brothers and sisters in the nation. And that's the name of the game, This is to be continued, right? Part 3 kind of wisdom. I got into it and I was just going off the spirit, I was checking out my card and my video and everything, seeing how it's working. I might have to upgrade, Lord willing. But I got into wisdom. That was on my mind yesterday. I'm going through a lot, and I lean upon the Lord to the best of my ability, and that's why I do these videos for the nation, for edification, that when the brothers and the sisters go through it, it helps to keep your faith unwavering, right? Because we're building our rock upon the Lord, knowing that sorrows and strifes and all these contentions and whatnot, they're gonna come. You're gonna be tried, and it's all through the spirit. I did a breakdown the other few days ago, 2nd Ezra, I believe 9:10. It goes into it on how Ezra seen this lady, this woman. She was wailing. She's in deep sorrows and grief, but she lost her son. And it's all symbolic, but basically he tells her, look, you're crying about your son, and see how the Lord feels. He's crying about all his sons, right? All Yasharallah. So we fight for our family, for our friends, and it's the Lord's will. At the end of the day, we don't stop fighting. We'll continue on the message. We'll continue on loving our brothers and sisters until they turn, or until the missiles drop. But as rulers and kings, we have to rule well without emotions, right? Yeah, we love and we all that. We cry. We feel certain ways. We're thankful to the Lord. But ultimately, we just gotta stay in the book, stay praying, stay fasting, stay reading, staying dedicated to the Lord. Asking, leaning upon Him, not upon ourselves, because we're gonna go through it without Him. It's that much better to lean upon Him and be patient when we're in our lowest state. This is day 6 of unleavened bread, right? So we're not fasting right now. We're eating the bread, right? Yeah, that's Yahweh Shai. He's with us. Going through it. There's great storms happening right now. Rain, it's slowed up, but there's supposed to be more and more coming. And that's all praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai, because we got to go through the storm to get to that bright day, right? That kingdom. So, I'm going to try to get through this. As I said in the last video, it is wisdom of Solomon. Right, that can be found in the Apocrypha. if I can find it. Come on. And chapter 5, I believe. Chapter 6. Alright, let's get right into it. Chapter 6, verse 9. It says, well, let's go from 8. Right? 8 says, but a sore trial shall come upon the mighty. Right? And as humble as we are, we feel the spirit of the Almighty. You know, that's what the Ruach HaKodesh is. You know, it's this just, we gods, and we're princes of the power, right? So we know we're in this lower state. You know, that's why we angry. And you like, man, if there was just an army of us and we ruling righteous and well, we could build a kingdom. You know, and that's the Lord's will, but we gotta be right, right? Like the last video, it says you gotta be right in your mind. You know, and that's this whole refining process. Because wisdom will not dwell in a mind of malice, right? So, that's the thing about the Spirit, man. You can sidebar all day. You can just precept all day. And that would be the lesson. You know, I want to get through this few precepts, but within that, you get precepts on precepts, you know? Alright. I believe it's in the Proverbs. Wisdom will not dwell in malice. KJV. Come on, Proverbs 8:13, right? It says, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. Right? So that goes into say, froward means stubborn mouth, right? Can't contend. You can't reason. You can't reason with a brother. Man, these are all good. For this is James 3:16. For where envy and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and let's click on it. And easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. You know. I wisdom, this is Proverbs 8:12. I wisdom dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Well, I still didn't find it. In a body for unto a malicious soul, this is it. Book of Wisdom of Solomon, right? Chapter 1 though. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, and dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. See, so, and sin starts in your thoughts, in your minds, you know, because we can see things, and then think it, and then you want to act on it, and the act of it is even the thought, right? That's why Yahushua said, even think upon a maid, or even think upon hating your brother is sin. So that's the sin already. But when you act on it, then it brings forth death. right? Sin bring forth death. So even a thought can bring forth death. Because if your mind isn't right, you're not going to be in the right place. That's why you got to constantly be rebuking your mind. Like, oh, no, shit, that's not, you know. I'm watching this one show. It's called Too Hot to Handle, right? And it's about these men and women coming together, and they supposedly have nice bodies, you know, in the world, you know, to each their own. But they come together and they just full of lust and sex, right? So they think they're coming on a show just to make out. And it comes down to tell them that they can't make out, and the reason they're there is if they don't make out, they get all this money. Which both in the end is carnal, you know. I mean, you need money to live and everything, and it's good. But see, as servants of the Lord, we don't serve money. We don't even serve the body. We serve the Spirit. We worship the Lord in spirit, right? So as you watch it, it's funny because, you know, you gotta watch with a spiritual eye. Yeah, they're showing all parts of the body, right? They're showing the woman's bosom and everything, but the message is that temptation. You know, they're bringing out that temptation to light. You know, and some people in the heat of the moment, they just can't help themselves. That's why the thought will put you into a place where you should have not been. So to rebuke the thought, you know, that's why it says prove a friend. And that goes with you know, your friendships as brotherhood. But even with the sisters, if you're proving a friend, then you would take the step. But this is an ass-backward society where, you know, we've been taught to sexualize everything. Sex sells. Everything was about sex. So you see a beautiful woman, you want to do your thing with her, and then you find out her mind isn't right. She do it with anybody. She don't care. She don't respect you. You ain't friends. All you had in common was that initial lust. You know what I mean? So it's pretty interesting. But yeah. So wisdom won't enter into a soul who's not even going to accept it. You know. We got to be able to accept knowledge and wisdom, rebuke, right? That's why Proverbs 6 says this is the way of life, you know? Constant discipline, rebuke, right? I'm going to get it before I twist it. Proverbs 6 tells you the things the Lord hates. So anything he hates or anything that says beware or these things shall surely come and they're all wicked and evil, you want to take heed that you're not going down that road and being that type of person. You know what I mean? Not having affection to your family members, being self-willed or whatever, however it goes, and perilous times shall come. You know, that's in Timothy. These are the things you want to beware of. Because you find yourself, oh shit, that's me. I'm becoming a Pharisee. I'm becoming just about me. No, we got to be able to be open, having brotherly love continue, you know. And Proverbs 6:23 says the commandment is a lamp, the law is light. So when you're in a dark place, you start thinking dark thoughts, you know, and always put the commandment, meditate on the laws, right? That's what King David did. We want to aspire to be these mighty men. You know, that's how leaders are well, born, but leaders are made through a thought process of you want to follow the mighty men who are putting it down, you know, they're putting it down humbly. You know, so you can be a leader, right? You gotta know how to follow in order to lead, because then you know who's following you when you're teaching. Because if you're teaching the right thing, people should follow, right? And reproofs of instruction. So reproof again and again and again. They say a broken record, right? Reproof. You know, you're coming out, you're proving yourself, you're examining yourself of instruction. Where you get instruction in the book? Bible. Basic instructions before leaving earth, right? That's where you're going to get the instructions. Right? And it says, are the way of life. that's playing upon tables right there. So it says, but a sore trial shall come upon the mighty. Unto you, therefore, O kings, do I speak, that ye may learn wisdom and not fall away. Right? He's saying, unto you I'm speaking, that you may learn wisdom, the fear of the Lord. Know that He will dumb you down in a second. Know the goodness He has for you. Right? Know how to walk upright. Know how to cleanse yourself of these demons. Right? How pure the word is. Right? It exorcises demons off you. The word is so pure. It exorcises demons off brothers. By the word. Yahushua, by this word you read. The power in the book. Right? So he says, unto you therefore, O kings, do I speak, that ye may learn wisdom and not fall away. Right? Because the old man, right? Oh, you remember that feeling of sexual desire with different bodies and looks and whatnot, right? So, you remember that feeling of smoking that cigarette, doing that painkiller, doing that, a few too many drinks, right? You remember looking, I don't know, if you crave another man's woman and you don't understand there's so much fish in the sea, or just taking our women for whoredom, you know that you got the words to say, and you're like, well, I can get one of them, instead of teaching them that they're the princesses, right? You remember how to hate your brother. He ain't gonna make it, It's easier for you to just not deal with it, instead of, long suffer with a brother till either he gets it or you fall out. That's selfless love. But it's no greater love is than a brother puts his life down for another brother, right? Salaki. Let's see, what else? It goes on and on, And it comes abundantly clear. And at any time, I could fall off. The Lord can do it. I prayed to the Lord this morning, to take not His spirit from me. Because it's very easily. I was watching a show. I could have been binge watching, and then I prayed. I seen 144. Time to. I don't pray every day at that time, but I pray as much as I can, and I hadn't prayed but once or twice this morning. I said, okay, time to prayer. I've been sitting watching the show. I could have just sat down and watched the show. But I prayed, boom, spirit pumping me. You walk around, okay, do a video. You become addicted to the ministry, it says. Doing these videos, you're like, oh, because the spirit jumps on you when you're doing this. You keep the commandments. And what, being lazy or slothful, I'm sure it's in there. I know that's in the world, you got your 7 deadly sins. But as far as the law goes, I don't see nothing on being slothful or lazy. Honestly, I haven't came across it. But idle hands, it says, is the work of the devil. So you don't want to. You can take time, you can rest, enjoy yourself, it says. Don't do too much studying. But you want to keep the spirit on you. You want to be always examining yourself. You be able to, okay, it's time to do something, That's what time we're in. The Lord destroying the earth around us. California is in floods right now. Yeah, all praise to the Most High. Just sit in the cut. No, I got to think about when I got to get back on the streets. Yeah, it's raining. I've been thinking about, maybe I have an umbrella and get out there. But then who's going to really come and talk to you when it's pouring rain? That's they're really determined to see the word, right? So, and then, you just got to consider these things. Stay in the Spirit, right? It says, for they that keep